Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Katherine Young and I'm a creative. And you have landed in my 30 Days Thrifting Goodwill series. And today we are in Chanhassen, Minnesota. Now this is a suburb that is southwest of Minneapolis, and it's really far away for me. This is actually very far for me to go. I've never been to this Goodwill. Out here in Chanhassen, we have like Paisley Park, Prince's big home and complex, and we have like the Arboretum. But unless I'm coming out here for those things, I don't get to this side of the Twin Cities very often. So I really have no idea what to expect. So let's go inside and see what's in store. Goodwill is one of the most common thrift store chains across the US. And here in the Twin Cities, Minnesota, we have a lot of them. And I asked y'all if you would like a thrifting series in Goodwill, and well, by overwhelming majority, you said yes. So come along with me as we go thrifting here in the land of 10,000 lakes. We'll go from store to store, a new store each day, and we'll find some amazing vintage deals, some items we can quickly flip for a profit, and some items to collect. We'll also find some surprises along the way. So join me for 30 days thrifting Goodwill. Let's see what's in store. Okay, let's go thrifting somewhere new. New to me. I think the store has been here quite a while, but I have never been here. So the first thing I notice is the purses are not where they typically are. They're over on this side wall. Sorry, that's my cat. Hi, kitty. I'm always looking for vintage purses. I personally collect vintage purses. And I think I have to go pick up my cat. 1 second. Okay. Oh, this is off the rails already. Okay. Over on the belts, I'm seeing these fun mom jean belts, those Western style blingy ones that all like the moms my age used to wear, but nothing I'm super interested in. I also like how throughout the store they have a lot more styled displays than most Goodwills. This is kind of a neat one over by the clothing. Now I am headed over to the artwork. I think that's quite the choice. Let's, put whisk on the wall. Oh, goodness. Um, so I am always looking for vintage artwork or original art or something that just catches my eye. I love that piece. Oh my goodness, that is squad goals right there. I also am always looking for something that's kind of smaller too. Since most of my sales do get shipped out, really large pieces are impractical for me to pick up. Oh, and I'm also a sucker for Disney. I used to work for Disney, so always gravitating towards the Disney pieces. That's kind of neat. That might be an artist print. I saw this piece. This might be an original, but it is ginormous. And like I said, um, most of the stuff I sell, I ship. So something like that is just really impractical for me, even though I think it's really groovy. This was over in the furniture section. I thought it was really neat. It could make a really cool brooch display. I also super duper loved this lamp. Look at that beautiful bridge lamp. Oh, so gorgeous, right? It's always fun seeing a real antique in the furniture section, and it even has the old globe. I think that is a great price for someone. I really love that piece. They also had some other really groovy furniture. I really liked this chest of drawers. I liked the price, and I really liked the poles on it. The poles are what make it so fun, and the fact that that one drawer is different is really fun too. This was such a gorgeous piece, really exquisite.
It was like this low table with these like chairs that inserted that were also low. Just incredible. Really high end. I mean, the price was high, but I bet that's worth way more than the price. I mean, just look at the detail on that. Sorry about the glare, guys. That's the best I can do with the glass top. I thought that couch looked super duper comfy too. And they just had some really nice furniture. Like that table is a very nice table, and I thought the price was very good for someone. Then my heart broke. That piece. Oh my goodness, I'm in love. In the 70s, they used to decoupage like wood purses with this three-dimensional technique. Oh my goodness. And they've done it to this entire vintage chest. I am in love. I am in love. I have no space for this giant sucker. Um, if I had an antique booth, this would be in the booth in a heartbeat. Inside, I would line it with something though to make it like nice and pretty on the inside. But oh my gosh, I have no space for this, and it actually breaks my heart because that is stunning, elegant, and just lovely. Now we're over in the lamp section. Um, I affectionately call the lamp section the lamp graveyard because it always just kind of looks like where lamps, rest in peace. It's where lamps go to die. It just never looks good. They had a huge aisle just full of like storage options. I mean, if you're looking for some storage, this is the place to go. Those Rubbermaid drawer units, man, there were so many there. And I thought they were a really good price. So if you need storage, go to Chanhassen. Over in a section that's like also purses, but it's kind of luggage. I don't know. All our Goodwills have like a separate purse section. I saw some kind of neat ones that looked a little more handmade. I thought this one was pretty neat. I also like the colors in that one. That one might have been vintage. It also kind of felt more like a tourist piece, like a bag you pick up on vacation. But yeah, I love the colors on both of those. Beautiful end cap. This store really did have really nicely styled end caps. And I saw this little guy and he intrigued me. I did look him up, but I didn't see any listings of him sold, only what he's listed for. And that doesn't necessarily mean he will go for the price he's listed for, but I did find some more information on him. This is just a giant aisle that is completely styled. Just a huge long aisle completely styled. And I really like this. It just makes like the shopping experience at a thrift store more of a joy. I also found that it looked like they had a lot of like high-end items. That bunny could sit both ways, up and down, which I thought was kind of funny. Um, yeah, it just they had a lot of like nicer items that were modern. I would say a lot of them are probably like home goods. This entire store just felt like it was just stocked with home good items. But it still was like nicer quality items than I find in a lot of our Goodwills. I love these candlesticks. They like really refracted the light well, and I love the tray they're on. I'm always drawn to those kind of trays for display. We have some carnival glass here. This is a pretty non-exceptional piece. That was a pretty boring piece, actually. And look at this kitty. What a little weirdo. I really liked that. That was kind of neat. I think you could put a votive in it, and it's almost like a pottery fairy lamp that is a little fairy house. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, this entire aisle, there was so much to see. Like, I really couldn't see it all. It was styled so nicely that I know I missed a ton of things, but just really, really neat. I thought that was beautiful. And it even has the Lazy Susan under it. You almost never find them with the Lazy Susans. That's a gorgeous compote. I mean, everything on this aisle was really beautiful, like all of it. Oh, that's a fun courting couple mug. Uh, I don't want to pay that for a single mug, especially for resale. But I thought that was a really beautiful design on that mug. Yeah, this aisle was really fun to walk down. Then we are at another end cap, nice and styled yet again. I thought this little guy was a cutie. I think he's modern, but they remind me of Psycho ceramics. They remind me of Christ. Really super cute pieces. That is beautiful, isn't it? But it would have had a cup. It would have been like a snack tray and cup set. But I thought the price was okay, but unfortunately with no cups, it doesn't make sense to pick them up. Look how lovely all that is. Wow, wow, wee wow. Here we're in like a greenery section, and tucked behind the greenery section is this little piece, little advertising piece. This is kind of like one of those 70s pieces where they like put the old ads on them, and it might be 80s too, but those are just kind of fun. I think they're really fun for display. Now we're in another pretty end cap, and we got a bunch of beautiful depression glass. Isn't that a lovely pattern? I think that's a really lovely pattern. Thought that was beautiful, beautiful mid-century piece right there. I'm not sure who makes that. It kind of feels like Viking. It does have some chips on the edge. And I love this color of depression glass. It's like an icy blue. It definitely reminds me of like the movie Frozen. It's very beautiful. And then up here, we have some yellow depression glass. Really neat. And there is this tiara glass piece right here. And no, it does not glow. I checked. I'm sure the yellow depression glass glowed, but this does not, and I will not pay that price for that single piece. This was a whole nother stylized kind of row. I'm not really sure what the theme of this row was, but it was really pretty. I thought that cake plate was beautiful. I thought this lamp was really pretty. Definitely more modern than old, but still very, very pretty. And wow, isn't that a beautiful piece of art glass? It's modern, but it's just gorgeous. I could tell it was super heavy, so I didn't even pick it up. Here's where things start to get interesting. So I am looking on this end cap, and I look on the bottom, and here I see this little birdhouse, okay? And I think in my mind, the crazy lamp lady has taught me that old Rae Dunn can do well. So I took a picture of this birdhouse and I uploaded it to Google Images. And well, I didn't find much. All I found was Pinterest listings, and I found some things that were similar. On the Pinterest listings, it did say vintage. So I was like, this could be good. I went over to eBay and checked the solds under Rae Dunn Vine's Birdhouse, and all I found was this canister, and it sold high. And I was like, this birdhouse could be good, maybe. But we all know, like, if it's not the exact item, it could be worthless. So just because the canister sold high doesn't mean my birdhouse is going to sell high. So I just decided to pick this guy up. I figured I could pay to learn, right? Um, I really had no idea by the time I left the thrift store how much this was going to be valued for. So be sure to stay to the end to see what this birdhouse has sold for before. All right, now we're looking at more on this shelf. I really like the way this shelf is styled. I loved this compote. I just didn't need this piece of glass, but I thought it was a very good price. Very lovely. I was just having fun like rotating it in the light with the optic. I don't know if you guys like are visual people, but I'm a very visual person. I also thought this vase was very lovely. However, I didn't know if I could actually clean up the scuff marks. I thought the price wasn't bad for how beautiful that was, but I truly just didn't know if I could clean it up. Now we are over in the dishware. They did have a lot more like modern dishware. I do like these. I've seen these a few times. I think they're kind of fun. They remind me of maple leaves. And I like the little dots of glass. It just looks kind of interesting. That is an older piece, but it is only one. I find stuff like this is hard for me to sell, so I really don't pick it up. But there is value there. Now we're over in the glasses, and I did find a fun, funky vintage or vintage reproduction set. Now, this is like the small juice glasses. I did put them in my cart for a bit, and I did a Google image on them. I didn't find them. I ended up passing on them just because I already have so many glasses unsold. I just didn't want more. The metal section is just kind of chaos, in all honesty. And it's all modern stuff. It's all stuff you would find at Home Goods. Very, very Home Goods heavy. Thought this piece was beautiful. 1930s, 1940s. Really, really pretty piece. I didn't end up taking it. It was priced pretty high, but I really liked it. They had so many vases at this location. I have never seen this many vases at a Goodwill location, like ever. And they were beautiful, don't get me wrong. They're just expensive and modern, and it's not something for me, but man, they had beautiful vases. I mean, look, here's a whole nother vase section, and they're just as gorgeous as the last. I mean, look at that. That's like a cloisonne kind of thing. So many beautiful vases. And oh, I love that color, right? Who knew the world had so many beautiful vases that could be thrifted? Also, they had this up front. It's like a beautiful little styled area up by the cash register. Those like salt glaze lamps were really neat. Seeing the Crocs like that, I thought were really neat. What a cute teapot. Walk away, Catherine. Don't look at it. You don't need another teapot. Thought this was cute. And it was fun to see these little boudoir lamps. They're almost like mantle luster in style. It was fun to see those. Now we're over in like a candle type section. Is it glass, baby? I'm sure that's what I was thinking at the time. I'm so sure of it. Lots of beautiful clear glass. Really, really pretty pieces. I mean, look at that. Wow, wow. Wee wow. Yeah, really pretty. Lots of big, like, candle pedestals. Here is one of the knick-knack aisles. Love this little weirdo. Look at his, like, poofy cheeks and stuff. How silly is this little bank? I get a kick out of, like, these weirdo things. It's just funny that they've been made. Little Funko Pop, a little puppy. Another little sports playing boy. This is definitely the area of the Twin Cities where people put their kids in like these nationwide sports leagues. They think their kids are going to be like famous sports stars, and they start them at like 3 years old. Um, so I'm actually surprised I didn't see more sports figurines, because this is kind of the area of town where people are known for putting their kids in these really expensive sports leagues. Thought that was really beautiful. Obviously modern, obviously like a Home Goods or TJ Maxx item, but I still thought it was really exquisite. Now we are in the basket area. Gonna be any bougie baskets over here? Hey, there's one of those plant stand chairs. How much is that going for? That's not bad. Oh, I thought that was pretty. I like that one. That was cute. I just like that it was a little turtle. Little Easter basket that's modern. This is vintage. This is kind of fun. Somebody painted that piece. Kind of neat. And then this side is like a wood aisle across from the baskets. That's kind of neat. That's like to hold spools, I believe. Oh, and so is this. That's also a sewing like spool thing. That was interesting. Ginormous, but interesting. Ah, there's more shoes. Oh, I see those everywhere here. Yeah, and that is basically it for our trip.
All right, so I think we did pretty good in there. I picked up this Rae Dunn Birdhouse. I saw some, it says Magenta exclusive. I saw some Pinterest photos of this that had it listed as vintage. So I know, quote unquote, vintage Rae Dunn can do well. I truly have no idea at this point. I didn't see any sold comps. I saw some solds of something comparable, but you and I both know if it's not the exact thing, it might not be the big thing. But I'm hoping this is a good flip. Yeah, and I think that was a pretty good trip. So if you like vintage thrifting, creative projects, and more, please subscribe. I'd love to have you stick around and see what else is in store.
And so that evening, I ended up finding a comp listing, sold price of $11.75, and that prompted me to get a Worth Point subscription, because that was extremely high. When I got the Worth Point subscription, here is a 2019 sale of this birdhouse for 2,300. The most recent sales were in 2020, and this one just blew my mind. $4,500 for this birdhouse. Whew, I could not believe it. That was incredible. The last sale in 2020 was 2650. There has not been another birdhouse for sale since 2020. So there has not been one on the market for people to buy in the last 2 years. Just amazing. It prompted me to try to put the birdhouse into some Rae Dunn groups. But those were just a mess. Like the admins weren't working the groups. There were a lot of scammers in the groups. The Rae Dunn groups are just a nightmare. So I don't know if that's the best option for me. Also, right as I listed it in the group, scammers were taking my photos and like saying it was their photo. Also, I had to laugh. Under the Goodwill sticker was a $2 garage sale sticker, which means somebody couldn't even sell this for $2. So that is my find. I know we are going into a recession right now as I record this. So this is June of 2022. So I don't know yet. This item isn't sold, but I get messages every day about it. I get panicked messages telling me to lower the price. I get weird messages that make me worried that I'm going to be scammed. The whole Rae Dunn sale scene is pretty darn wild. But yeah, you just never know, y'all. You never know if on that bottom shelf there could be something that costs you all of $6 that has sold for thousands.
And that is it, y'all. Stay creative. Bye. Here we go. It'd be pretty awesome if that Rae Dunn birdhouse was worth good money.